Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're listening, whatever time you're watching. Welcome to Your Onion Podcast Show. Today we have two special guests, son and father. So father is Abraham Antony. Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
And son Aben.
Yes.
Aben Abraham.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you very much.
So let's get right into it. As always, I ask my guests, a little bit of background information and how you actually ended up here in Qatar. So, do you want to kick it off, Abraham?
Yeah, sure. Of course. Relocation business was it was the aim, and I started with relocation business. That's moving and relocation, I would say. In 2000, that was my first option when I started through one of my friend who had a business in Singapore. So I joined him in 2000, and now it is almost 18 years in the business. In between, there was about 4 years that I lived in India with some other business, and that is the time I got an offer to develop an existing business in Qatar for another company, and I had a contract with them for 2 years, and that is how I came into Qatar initially, actually in 2014. And then, after the 2 years contract, I had to come out, or I came out and then started, of course, my own.
Okay, all right,
so
all right.
That is how
Look,
the
I
Abra
wanted,
is in Qatar now.
I wanted to go a little bit further than that, because you look good, but you're not 18. So what were you? Where do you come from?
Okay,
and what were you studying when you were younger?
All right. Basically, I'm an MBA graduate, international marketing,
Yeah.
from Osmania University in India, one of the oldest universities in India, of course. After that, I had my profession. Marketing.
Was marketing what you wanted to go into? Always wanted to go into?
Yeah, of course. That was my passion, and it is actually, I would say, it's a heritage. My father was a businessman, but not the business like the modern business. He was into the farming business, like.
Okay.
So that tradition has come into. When I came in and I studied marketing as my subject, that has come from my father, from my tradition, and as well as my education. Both together, it transformed into my lifestyle.
Okay.
To be frank.
So you did the MBA.
I did the MBA in international marketing.
And what was your first job when you left?
Yeah, my first job in India was. It was a medical rep. I don't know how you.
No, I'm not going to hold it against you. Just come on. Just tell me what you.
Yeah. It was a medical rep.
Oh, yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, medical rep job where I was working for a company called Meridian Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
I think I worked there for about 16 months.
Oh, I think we've got an issue with the microphone. All right. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
Everyone who's watching can see us playing around with the microphone. Anyone who's listening are going, what the? Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the first job. Medical rep, introducing the products of a pharmaceutical company to the doctors.
Okay.
So that was about less than 1.5 years. About 14 months or 15 months I worked. And after that, I got into electronics market. I worked in Mumbai for an electronic firm. At that time, in those days, it was digital printing of any image on a bigger, flags and all those things were introduced at that time, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So a company which was, the machines were actually brought in from US, and then I was marketing that machine for the corporates.
Okay.
Did that business for some time, and then after that, I came into entirely different business, which is marble and granite.
Marble and granite, okay.
And he has touched almost all the ground.
I know, very random, I know.
So that business I did for 4 years. In India, Rajasthan is the state where you have a lot of marble mines and granite mines.
Oh, really?
So I used to transport in big trucks and also by rail
Yeah.
from Rajasthan to Kerala. Marble slabs, big slabs of
Wow.
marble and granite. And I also had a contract for construction. There's a medical college in Kannur district where I supplied the material. There's marble stones and the granite stones, and I also employed people from Rajasthan to lay the stone on the floor and the wall.
What, you were actually doing that, or?
I have taken the contract for the medical
Okay.
college.
Yeah.
So I did that work for about 4 years.
Wow.
So that is the time when my friend called me to Singapore. He told me, "Come down. We'll jointly do expand the business."
And that was in
2000.
And that was removals
Yeah, that was
in Singapore.
Yeah.
And that's how you fell into removals.
Yes.
So you were quite open to take on any role as long as it was, a business
Yes.
and into marketing.
I'm actually very good in starting a new business in any country or anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, for me to get into any market, there is no barricades. I can go into any market again because I have that exposure in mingling with multinational communities.
Yeah.
People. So,
And this was, you've done this for other companies. So this is the first time that you decided, okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna do this for myself.
Yeah, this is basically because, as I told you, when I came into Qatar, it was a contract for 2 years, which I told. He was known to me, the previous company owner, when I was.
So it was only is it a short-term contract, 2 years?
It's a short-term contract.
Yeah.
Actually. But
So you were there to basically set up the.
No, the company was actually here. But
okay.
They couldn't expand. They were here for 5 years, but
Yeah.
they couldn't expand. It was just a startup firm, with 4 people, and they wanted to expand it, and they were seeing because FIFA 2022 was in front,
Yeah.
and Qatar was looking ahead that time. It was before the blockade I'm talking about. So he wanted to expand, and that is why he told me, "Okay, just come down and help me for 2 years, and then afterwards we'll see how it goes."
Yeah. And was that successful?
That was successful.
He was happy?
Yeah, of course. The company from 4 people I brought into 49
Wow.
in 2 years, and of course the infrastructure like trucks or warehouses, everything was almost 4 or 5 times improved.
Yeah.
Then of course the time came for me to say bye to him, and then
Yeah. So was that an obvious choice to set up your own
Of course.
company?
Of course. Basically, it's a choice and the right time for me because I have my children ready to support me, educated well.
Yeah, but do they want to support you?
Yeah, they are. And that's why
They're not
today.
getting their arm around their back and going, "All right, Dad, look, I'm."
Yeah, of course. 2 of my sons, both are almost the same age. He's 26 and the other one is 24.
Right.
Of course, he's supporting me now in the documentation, the international communications in the office, but he may look for other options. He's on his own. But Aben is with me, and he is fully into the business, and he wants to take it all from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he is.
Okay.
So I think it's better
Let's hear from Aben. So, what's your backstory? How did you come? Where were you before you actually came over to join your dad?
As he told before, it's like he has been all over the place, and the same was with us.
Have you been following him all over the place?
It's been a bit hard for us because he's been moving from country to country, and we have been following him all the way. It's like I did half of my undergraduate course in India. Primary school in India. Then went to Singapore where I did my high school. Then came back to India. That's where I completed my high school. And after that, he went back to Kerala.
Yeah.
And then I decided I finished my high school and I went to US to do my undergraduate course.
Okay.
So that's from where I completed my undergraduate course, and I came back and I was working in Bangalore for 3 years. 2 years in 2 different companies.
So, what were you studying as an undergraduate?
Marketing.
Okay. And I suppose with your experience in Singapore, that gave you a taste of, living not in India but elsewhere. So
Yeah, it sure did, because like in Singapore it's like mixed culture. It's
Yeah.
like people from many different countries are there. That gave me a very good, experience to expose to different culture and get to know about different culture. So it was a good experience for me.
yeah. And then when you came back to India, what were you working as?
I mean,
What was
I
it?
actually, since he was in the logistic business, actually one of the companies in Bangalore, I contacted him and he said, so I can just come and check it out, business, and just to understand the business, just join. I went and joined him.
Mm.
After that, I worked for almost 8 months, just wanted to take a break, and I left there and joined banking business.
Banging business.
Banking.
Oh, banking
Banking
business.
sector,
Okay,
sorry.
right.
Banking sector.
Yeah.
Then
How long did you do that for?
I was there for
1.5 years.
1.5 years.
Okay.
And that's when he planned to start a business in Qatar,
Okay.
and I came and joined him here.
And I'm just curious because I've got 2 young sons that are studying in media. So
It's
Is it-
completely on the interest. Depends on the interest. Unless
Is it-
they have
no,
the
but-
interest, if you compel them because I'm in media, so you should come to media, they're not going to come.
no, I
Those
know,
times are
but
gone.
what is it? Is it important for you for them to, after they've studied, to go their own separate ways, and then when they're ready, they can come and join you? Is it important for you as a business? Because,
For me, say, as I told you, I have 2, and
Yeah.
if one comes, I'm more than happy
right.
and take over the business and leave me,
Oh yeah, no, I can imagine.
And then I'm
that's
more
when
than
he's
happy.
planning all his lifetime, just want to free himself and just relax at home.
Really, you see yourself retiring? You want to retire?
I think, yeah, maybe another.
He
So now,
says that, but
I
he
know
never
he
does that. He
says
just
that,
comes
but
back.
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, so maybe another 2 or 3 years because this business, I have vast contacts worldwide, personal, person-to-person contact worldwide with my agents, and that contact, business comes from personal relationship.
Absolutely.
Whatever you say and whatever you educate, whatever the certification you have, unless suddenly you have personal contacts with individuals, you are not going to be a success in business.
No.
So whatever business it is.
Yeah.
So in that way, I have the contacts, and I just want to pass that contacts to him. So it takes time. It's not just overnight that happens. So basically, we have taken membership into IAM, that is International Association of Movers, where they have almost 2,400 members worldwide, and we are a member in there now.
Okay.
So next year,
Is it easy to become a member, or how?
it's not that easy. We need 2 references. 2 other companies from 2 different countries should support us.
Okay.
And also our financial background we need to prove.
Yeah.
And also the business, that what business we did with other agents worldwide that
Yeah.
we need to prove.
Okay.
All these documentations, and then of course there's a fee, annual fee and things like that.
I know, but I know about your membership, but going back to you taking on Aben, and you're saying about the personal relationship, but you're a mature man. You've had years of experience. Now you're trying to offload the responsibilities to Aben,
Yeah.
who hasn't got that wealth of experience and how to deal with people.
Yeah.
Isn't that a bit? You're trusting him. I know he's family,
Yeah.
but you are trusting him with those relationships, and he might have a completely different personality when you're
Yeah,
not
of
around.
course. I did not want him to completely follow what I do and how I do.
Oh, okay.
He is educated, and
Yeah.
he has a better education than me. I did my studies in India, and that's in an old university, and he did his studies in Iowa University in US.
Yeah.
So the education system itself is different in
Yeah,
India
but
and US.
education is education. But as you
So
say,
that,
the
based
personal
on that,
relationship.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that education and that exposure which he has got already.
Yeah.
Now, what I do is I just pass my contacts to him and tell him, and wherever is required and wherever is possible, I introduce him as the manager for this business.
Yeah.
And of course, as well, personally, I can say to my people or to my contacts that you can trust him. That I say, and I always say that.
Because if you can't,
That
he
they
has
can
to
come back.
yeah, absolutely.
As long as whomever I introduce, if there's a problem, of course, it's my responsibility.
Absolutely.
It's my responsibility.
Yeah.
But contacts which he creates by himself, Is he
Absolutely. He makes new contacts and relationships.
So we have the conference next year in September in the US for the for the agents members, all the agents together.
Okay. What's the conference? What's it called?
IAM conference. IAM International Conference.
Right. And that's all the movers.
All the movers come together.
Okay.
So we'll be there, and then that is where he's going to have his first international exposure directly with the agents.
Nice.
With the movers.
No
Looking
pressure. No pressure then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
let everyone know what the company's called. So
the company
after the
name
podcast.
is Abra Relocation.
Okay. So is that just from your initials?
It is
Abra?
from my initials, and there is some meaning which I can't tell you now.
I did ask them at the beginning before this podcast showed, and they were like, "Ooh,
okay." So the name for the time being, you can take it as the first part of my name, which is my name, Abraham. So Abra Relocation, and within 1 year now, it is 1 year completed, and it's the 14th month.
So you've been going for 14 months.
Yeah. 14 months now in the market.
And how has that been? Because now you're
happy to say that the name is established. I mean, the brand name is already in the market, in the international market, especially in Qatar also. I'm happy to say that we have served prestigious corporate clients this year and the season. So usually in the moving industry, there's a season between, May to September.
That's when everyone comes in and goes out. Okay. Because mainly because of schools. Is that the whole schools?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this year we got that opportunity to serve some big names like Four Seasons Hotel and some of the big names and embassies. We served this year.
What kind of makes you different to all the rest? Because there are a lot of removal companies. Why would I come to you, Abraham?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Apart from your beautiful smile,
you were talking about earlier. See, the way you are able to create the trust in people. Removal industry, the moving industry, is something which is entirely different from all other businesses, because in this business, you are allowed to enter into the bedroom, into the kitchen, and every room of your customer.
Absolutely. You go through our drawers, so to speak.
So, unless until the customer can trust you personally, he cannot take you in.
Mm-hmm.
So, the first meeting, the first approach, the first word you talk to the customer on the phone and the first meeting makes the difference.
Absolutely. And is it generally you that is the first person that or have you got a team?
We have a team.
You have a team now. And how do you find those people? Because that's important for your company.
The people I find based on their quality, their experience in business. But once they come with me, I give them personal training on how to approach in this business to the customer. Because their approach based on selling an electronic machine is different than the moving industry.
Absolutely.
So that personal training which I give to my people, normally maybe about a month, or some people in 2 weeks they are able to capture, or some people about 1 month, depending on which area they are working in. And once that is true, they are there. They are they can just go like me to the customer and approach the customer and get the business.
Now, how can you guarantee safe passage for people's furniture from A to Z?
Okay. Now we have I have, as I told you, with my experience and the training which I have undergone for packing. Being a marketing person, I just don't depend on only do the marketing. For me to have a good team performing well for my company or whichever company I work for, the team should have the training and they should know what they are doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that training, to give them that training, either I do the training or somebody else give the training. If I have to give the training, I should know what it is and how I should do it.
Yeah.
So I have trained myself how to do the international packing, the quality of packing, the materials used, and how it should be protected, each item depending on its fragile or we have antiques that we pack. We have artwork that we pack. So every packing material cannot be used for packing an artwork.
No.
So there are
So
different
you have-
materials,
no, absolutely.
specified materials. Packing material is used for artwork, materials used for antique furniture, because the shipment is going to be in the container, in the ship, in the sea for 30, 40, 50 days.
Well, that's
in the
it. When I
humidity.
first met you many years ago, that's what I was impressed about. What you were presenting was actually you took pride in the way you packed, and that not everything is packed in the same way, and that you had a story to tell, depending on whether it was a leather furniture or because of the way it breathes, that you can't, and the different climates that it's traveling through.
Yeah.
So it's not damaged at the end, because if it can't breathe and it's wrapped in plastic, then it's just completely covered in condensation, etc., etc.
Yes.
And you were giving us lessons on the
There are
whole
different-
art of packing. And for me, packing, I've moved 7 times since I've been here in Qatar, and packing to me is just throwing stuff in a box.
Yeah.
But you basically opened my eyes to the whole art of packing.
There is a lot of difference, and it's just packing in a box doesn't make sense. See, if you have electronic item packed in a box, and it travels through the sea in the humidity for 45, 50 days, until you protect it from the humidity, the equipment is going to be damaged when it reaches the destination. So there is a way, technical way. So we use silica gel inside the box to absorb the humidity.
Okay, yeah.
So just for an example.
Yeah, the stuff that you find in,
When you buy TV and everything, it's there.
yeah.
So that is one example.
Even
I'm
when
just
you get
giving.
tablets,
Yeah,
you got them
so
in
that
there.
is just one example I'm
Yeah,
giving.
yeah,
So like
yeah.
that, there are different techniques that we use to protect the item. So if you're packing an art, a painting, which is people say it's $10,000 or $15,000 worth painting, it needs to be protected. So we use there's a paper called wax paper.
It's called acid peppers.
Yeah.
It's like
So we use that paper to protect it as the first layer.
Okay.
And then there's a bubble wrap
Yeah.
around it, and then the protection with hardboard or wooden case or whatever it is. That is with the weight has to be protected.
Okay.
So like that, for each item, there is a way that we need to protect it from the physical damage as well as the internal damage.
Yeah,
the
for sure.
climate change damages.
And all your guys get trained on this
Yes, my
specific.
guys get trained.
And you
on
make
that.
sure at the end of it that they, do you
Yeah,
test
I
them
mean,
at the
see,
end?
so out of my experience in different companies, I worked in Singapore, I worked in Qatar, and now it's on my own. My average claim ratio for damage,
Oh, yeah.
claim ratio is less than 1%, I would say.
Wow. Very impressive.
And for Abra Relocation, my claim ratio is 0. There is no claim for last 14 months.
Excellent. Superb.
Yeah, and my insurance company is very happy.
Well, I was going to say that. I bet they are. They're
Because-
just taking your money and
they just take
they're not
my
giving
money, they
any.
don't pay
Absolutely.
anybody. Yeah, so they're very happy as well.
So that was going to be my next question about insurance.
Yeah, we cover insurance for international move.
Yeah.
Also, we cover insurance for local move as well.
Okay.
So for the international move, there's a percentage, and for local move, there's a different percentage of premium that we collect. And
the kind of vehicles that you use, because I've seen all sorts, and we've used all sorts, from open vans to closed vans.
we use both.
You use both.
We use open trucks and we use closed trucks.
Yeah.
Because some of the apartment towers, the closed truck cannot go on the basement. It cannot go on.
especially in the Pearl, Cornish area, West Bay area, it's like we need to use open truck.
Yeah, some of them, they see Viva Barrier, for example, it has to go to the underground basement, and there the full
They
body.
They can't.
No, the full body cannot go there. So it has to be an open truck. that
Wow.
can go. So it depends on the area where we work. We use both, and also we have a small van.
And what about because you're dealing with, there's a lot of apartments here, and you can't get the furniture out. How do you deal with that situation? Do you have to get a window out, or
No,
to
in
get
Qatar there is no.
there isn't any.
No, there is
all
no
the
requirement
stairs
of
and
the window, except
You haven't had that.
we had an experience in one of the projects where they had big sofa sets which couldn't turn and go through the staircase.
So what did you do?
That we lifted through the balcony. outside balcony on the first floor, and from the
Okay.
balcony and then through the door inside. So that was lifted using a boom truck,
Oh, okay. Right.
the truck with that crane.
Yeah, yeah.
The boom truck.
But you are ready for any kind of situations.
Yes, of course.
Okay. I'm surprised about, the parking underneath, that there isn't enough height
Yes,
for your...
yeah.
That's
Now,
amazing.
these are situations that we should understand, and that is why we go for the survey whenever there is a move requirement and inquiry.
Yeah, I'm
We
sure.
go for a survey.
Yeah.
We assess the volume inside the house that is to be moved, and also the nature of the stuff,
Yeah.
as well as we assess the access to the building.
Okay.
So that is only after understanding that we give the quotation.
Yeah. So how did were you affected by the blockade? Did that affect your business?
To a certain extent,
In the
because
beginning it was, because most of the shipment used to go to Dubai, and because of the blockade the shipment was blocked, and it's like most of the customers were like, they had no idea what to do, how to
Yeah.
send the shipment to Dubai. It's like then for at least 1.5 months it was like really headache for everyone.
Yeah, that's the impression that I got from everyone that's been on the podcast. That it was that initial headache
How to cope with the
Yeah,
situation
yeah.
was like really bad.
and how to work around
After
it.
that it got normal, and
Yeah.
it's like smooth now.
Yeah, I
we do
suppose.
that. We do shipments now to other countries, to the blockade countries also, but the different methods are used.
Okay, yeah.
Which may not be. I mean, everybody may not be able to do that, but
Yeah.
we are able to.
You are
handle
able
that.
to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's coming up in the future for you guys? Are we going to see Abra Relocation?
This
Expanding
name I
and,
can tell you in another say about 18 months. Another 18 months I put it because that's the time we may attend 2 different conferences. Because the agent contact always he has already contacted most of the agents, but it's all through email or phone.
Yeah.
As I told you in the beginning, the business happens through personal relationships.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the personal relationship with my people, I have talked to them about different companies. I have not talked to them about Abra Relocation. On face.
He had to show it up.
Yeah, I need to
Typical
tell-
marketing person. This is the book that I wrote earlier. Okay, yeah.
So through the next 2 conferences, there is another conference, another association which we are taking membership. We have not
Okay.
taken, we have applied for,
Okay,
which is called ERC,
yeah.
Employee Relocation Council. It's a worldwide corporate HR association.
Oh, okay.
So these 2 associations will help us.
Yeah, HR especially,
Yeah.
because they're generally the people that hire, well, they are the
Excellent,
people
yeah.
that hire everyone that comes in
Exactly.
and goes out
So-
and fires
Yeah.
and goes out.
So these 2 association conferences within next 12 to 14 months
Yeah,
will happen it, and that will give us the real opportunity. Business is not just in Qatar; it is business coming from other countries to Qatar,
yeah.
and it is business going from Qatar to other countries.
So are you going to expand to other countries?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
We just want to
There's
concentrate on the local
potential
market.
expansion there. I can see that. Yeah.
That is in the future. Maybe we may go in. I mean, we have a plan for the Middle East anyway. So initially,
And
now-
that's the rest of the family running.
no. It will, I mean, I don't have so many
I was
sons,
gonna
so
say,
many
you
people in the family. Okay, so of course I have to get the support from the people in the market.
Yeah, absolutely.
To work.
And can you see an increase with the World Cup coming along as well? That there's going to be a lot more business?
There's a lot of business because now since Qatar is preparing for the 2022 FIFA, it's a lot of people coming in now.
Yeah.
It has started coming
Oh,
in.
you can
Actually,
feel it.
Because before last year, last year and before last year, we saw a lot of people going out.
Yeah, because you guys are on the front line, so
yeah,
you're
we know
you're
who's
the
coming in
perfect
and-
indicator of how well the country's
People
doing
coming
with,
in, yes.
with the amount of people coming in and the amount of people going out.
Yeah, there was an outflow before last year.
Yeah.
And I actually, and I think I told you at that time myself, and it is going to be in the reverse by 2018, 19, and 19, 20 is going to be a flourishing period for Qatar.
Yeah,
Any
no,
business,
absolutely.
for every business.
Yeah.
It's not just for my business.
Yeah.
For every business, it's going to be a flourishing time.
And you can tell with the different nationalities as well. You know,
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
sure you had a outflux of certain
Yeah,
nationalities.
so say now,
and kind
now
of,
we see this year I saw Italians and Austrians coming in a lot in the interior design area.
yeah, yeah.
The building.
So all the buildings are finished, and now they need to be fitted out.
I think we did quite a lot of Italians this year.
Yeah.
Shipment into Qatar.
Oh,
And also from UK, but I mean, UK, the families are less, but more youngsters or bachelors coming in from UK.
oh, really?
Young graduates and young engineers coming in.
Looking for a new adventure and a
yeah,
challenge.
This kind of population coming in from the UK and
Mm-hmm.
from older. I mean, the families and seniors are coming from Italy and Germany more,
Yeah.
and a few from the US as well.
Nice. That's great. We need to keep in contact with you and just get an indicator of what's
Yeah,
going on.
exactly. Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, thank you guys for coming on the show. I
Thank you very
really,
much
I really
for giving us
appreciate
an
it.
opportunity.
Hey, well,
And,
you phoned me last week and went, I want to be on your show. So it's just like, yeah, come on. I've known you for years, and it's great to see from when you were running the previous company to your new venture, which isn't new anymore. It's 14
not-
months and
yeah.
established. So, Aben, I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
You know, in Dad's shoes, and put him out to. Oh, I can see it. You won't be laid to rest, will you? You'll basically go on another adventure. I can tell.
Maybe, yeah.
You're that kind of person. so
Once he takes it over
absolutely,
fully,
absolutely.
Once he takes it over
Yeah.
fully,
Then it's
maybe another venture. Let us see.
So
we'll be
you can
here.
come on the show and
again for another show.
tell us what's happening.
Thank you very
All
much
right,
for the.
Thank you,
support
guys.
and
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Brilliant. I wish you all the best.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you.
watching and listening, and wish you all the best. And catch up with you next week. Take care. Bye bye.